he usually plays as Blaze, and he's fighting against a newcomer to Portland, Jared. Jared, his progress has been great. He started, gosh, probably end of November, and Jared has mostly been playing Jackie, plays Pi as well, and he's his development is faster than a lot of people's typical development for VF. He's still new, but he's playing more solid than a lot of beginners do. So, which one? Yeah, we're playing 3 out of 5 the whole tournament. All right, so here we go. Mike B is Blaze versus Jared is Jackie.
Let's talk more at round 1. Ready, go!
So Blaze, Mike B starting with his classic overhead. He loves doing that against lows. I tend to think a little too much, but if he respects you, he'll slow it down. Alright, and he's just rushing in against Jared, knowing that Jared does not have much experience against Blaze. He's caught on to the fact that Jared also doesn't get up really fast, like doesn't tech as much, so he can go for the low throw a lot more, or combos like that. Unfortunately, I cannot give the best commentary for Blaze. I don't know him as well. But I will say that kick really is annoying. Not that one, it's, I believe it's back and kick, 4K. We have 2 Blaze players at the tournament today. We have Mike B as well as Showdown. Both of them very comparable in skill, they're very similar. However, last time I played them, they both used pretty different options off of Rocket Discharge. Both of them love using it. So as we were able to see in this round, Jared was able to get some high pokes in there, trying to disrupt Femto's plan, but Mike B is going to maximize damage much more than Jared's going to. It's going to make all the difference in the world in this fight. But props to Jared for hanging in there and trying to stand toe-to-toe against the experience of Mike B. Alright, and he gets a ring out from Mike B. Sometimes gets very careless and likes to use hopping attacks. Big problem. I'm not a fan of overusing those things. I tend to tell him that it turns a high punch into a combo launcher. Julian is in the house, so he's going to join me in commentary in a second here. And he had just arrived from Seattle. Drove here straight. Anyways, as he gets everything set up.
Alright, hey everybody.
Hey, I can hear you fine. Hey, so how are you doing today, Julian?
Good, alright, so who we got? We got Mike B versus Jared?
Yeah, Jared is a newcomer, as I've told the audience. He's pretty fresh, but his development is really good. However, Mike B has got years on this kid. And,
okay.
It's going to be a bit before Jared, gets to that more competitive level, but actually he's doing okay. But the damage difference in Mike B being able to maximize damage and also just really storming him, and Jared's lack of experience against Blaze is really showing in this fight.
Yeah, and Blaze is a very tricky character that has a lot of setups that have ways out, but if you don't know the way out, you can end up taking over 100 damage easily from the setup.
Oh, totally, and Mike B knows his wall combos as well.
Right.
That said, when Mike B's back was to the wall, he kind of did his thing where he does too many hop attacks. If he doesn't respect you enough, he does way too many attacks that put him in the air.
Yeah.
And Jared got the free ring out with the high jab.
Oh, nice.
That said, we do know that Mike B, when he really respects an opponent, he's going to tone it down.
Absolutely. So does Jared play multiple characters?
Jared mostly plays Jackie and has been playing Pi.
Okay.
His
That's
background's
interesting for a new player to pick 2 characters. I mean, it's this game is so deep. I feel like you need to get your 3 years in before you can branch out, you know?
totally with you there. But that said, he really, actually, he mostly focuses on Jackie. I think right now picking Pi is just really because he's just hoping he can out-poke enough.
Right.
Because he's more comfortable with the poking game with Pi than he is with Jackie. But Jackie, you know, Femto's just not giving him the chance to get any kind of damage on him.
I like Jared's blocking.
He is. It's one of the great things that he's been developing as, like I told the audience, he just started in November.
Wow,
And
really? He
yeah,
just started? Is this his first 3D game, or does he have a background in 3D?
He plays a bit of Tekken, but I think it's not as competitive.
Okay.
But he played Tekken. He has that background. But he has been working hard to put throwscapes into his game, so he's doing more Utori.
Okay.
His defense is definitely the thing that makes him better than most beginners. And he's not shy of fighting all of the veterans here in Portland.
Oh, that's great.
So,
Well,
so
that's
he
the
gets
way
in
to
as
get
much
better.
matches as he can. He comes in humbly.
Yeah. And there's the Blaze setup that we saw. It's the run, the cartwheel, and then the hop. And you have to know that I believe it's that the cartwheel is mid, and then the hop after is high.
Yeah,
I believe. And it's you just have to know that, otherwise you're just going to get owned. And Blaze is one of those characters where character matchup knowledge against him is very important, I think.
Yeah, something to look for in this tournament before this match ends that I've said is that both, you know, we've got 2 Blaze players from Seattle here. We've got Mike B and Showdown, and they both love using the rocket discharge
That's
setups.
true. And you know, Shoda's really improved his game. He, I think, won the last tournament we had in Seattle really decisively. You know, it was it's like he flipped a switch and all of a sudden just decided to start winning.
Yes, I'm really worried about him in this tournament. I've noticed that he has actually, I think he's gained the upper hand on Mike B in the total matchup.
I agree. Oh, and there's that big combo. Didn't follow up with a ground throw, but there's a grand stagger, and that's probably going to be the game, I think. Oh, not quite, but yeah, that's really tough.
All right.
Good for Jared. So what, is that the
That was the
match?
3rd game, so Mike
Okay.
B wins the first
So
match.
are the matches 3 out of 5 here?
Yeah, we're doing
Okay.
3 out of 5 the whole tournament.
Oh, great.